Okay, so this episode we're going to talk about bayonets. Kind of an old school tool, but I'll kind of go over why I think that they're essential for civil unrest, SHTF type events. The basic thing is a knife. You should always have a good knife on you. Bayonet's a little different, but one of the main reasons I think, though, is that, think about it. How many people do you know have been shot? How many people have you known that have cut themselves with a knife? I bet you that number is quite a bit higher. People tend to respect the knife or sharp instruments in general a lot more than guns. Nowadays, you know, every time you get pulled over, you run into the whatever police, they've got a gun on them, use their hand on it. I guarantee probably the number of people who have had a gun drawn on them versus who have been cut is probably still higher with, you know, obviously being cut. So it's one of those, you know, everybody knows what it feels like to be cut. I mean, you know, you're cutting vegetables, you cut yourself, you know, you're just anything, you cut yourself. That's a feeling you don't forget. Very few people, you know, hopefully in the world, don't know what it's like to be, to have a gunshot wound and how, you know, traumatic it can be and painful it can be. But everybody remembers the knife and cutting, you know, slicing, stepping on a nail, anything like that. So you got the visual impact that you're going to have. Other aspects, you got it on your main battle rifle, you know, and okay, for all you safety people here, it is unload, show clear. Okay, main battle rifle right here. You're defending your property, you know, telling people, hey, get back, you know. Yeah, it's pretty intimidating, you know. You got the scary banana magazine that, you know, the assault weapon features, you know, you're telling people to get back, but then, you know, still lacking a little bit though, you know, because even if you have it at the camera and you're pointing and you're like, hey, get back, you know, get back, it may not happen. I mean, anybody who's seen any of the civil unrest is going, I mean, people will come at you with you'll have a rifle and they'll come at you with a skateboard, you know, try to draw a gun on you, whatever. So I mean, it's probably not a bad idea to rethink the bayonet and the sling. Okay, now we're talking here. Now you've got the old pointy stick at the end of here, you know. Now when you tell people, hey, get back, you know, what are they going to see here, you know? That's a little intimidating. You know, you've got this on there. They go on, they come off very easy, you know, so probably not a bad, if you're in civil unrest it's starting to get bad and you actually, you know, I joke about this, what's better, this or pumping the shotgun, you know? I think the fixed bayonets, you know? So like I said, it's a pretty intimidating feature, you know? I mean, your rifle jams, you can jab with it. You know, obviously magazines fail, rifles fail. I was shooting with some friends not too long ago and I had a primer pop off one of the shells, fall inside the trigger mechanism and jam the rifle. I literally had to take the sucker apart, and it was not a tap rack bang, we'll fix this. It was I took the whole thing apart and had to pull out this smashed piece of primer. Another instance, had a primer fall off and get jammed in the chamber. Same thing. Not an easy fix. Tap rack bang did not fix that either. So in this case, if I would have had that, you know, in a defensive situation, probably would have been a better chance, you know. Like I said, anything's better than throwing a stick, you know. So, like I said, this is why I recommend, I mean, me, you know, like I said, not the world's expert, but just what I think would be a beneficial tool. One of those, I don't want to say must-have items, but I would say, why don't you have one? You know, they're cheap. If you have the AR-15 platform and you have the evil bayonet lug feature and the standard flash hider, the only negative I can find is you can't have a suppressor on at the same time as the bayonet. At least not that I know of. Maybe there's somebody came up with something, you know, I mean, you got chainsaws and other stuff and the master key locks that fit in the bottom, but, you know, highly recommended. Okay. The bayonet that I have, that I chose, was the Ontario Knife Company. It is their OKC3S, the Combat. The made in the United States. This is the new Marine Corps issued bayonet. I mean, even as a fighting knife, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a pretty decent feeling tool. So I mean, for the price, you know, you can get a generic bayonet probably for like 29 bucks. These are pushing closer to, you know, 100 bucks plus or I don't want to even say minus, probably plus 20-30 bucks. But I mean, you can kind of see it's got a semi-serrated blade. It's got the good old made in USA. It's got the little Eagle Globe and Anchor right there, and it even says USMC. I mean, kind of biased towards it, but I think it's a good deal. So it does come with a nice sheath too. It's a hard plastic. It fits in there pretty nice. It's even got the snap right over there, so this thing will not come out, and then you've got the additional snap on there just like that. And it does have some moly webbing, so I mean, very nice. You know, actually just a good solid package for the money. I mean, the older ones, like I said, will work. This handle's a little bit rubberized. I know the older style that I've used have been like kind of like hard plastic, but I mean, this is pretty neat, pretty well made improvement. So like I said, hopefully it falls under that whole category of better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And yeah, like I said, the world's getting a little crazier out there. Kind of would be nice if you know, we talk more about cool survival stuff as you know, tractors and, you know, bug out vehicles and stuff like that. But like I said, you may want to revisit thinking about the bayonet. I mean, especially now. I mean, have you priced 9mm, or can you find 9mm? I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of you know, kind of a couple years ago, all over again with 22. Now it's every single caliber. You've got a 9mm. I just saw, you know, I don't know, I think it's like 1,000 rounds for 400 bucks. Or I mean, just whoa, you know, like just crazy stuff, you know. So I don't even want to know what good 5.56 is going for. 22 I saw even was very high price. So I mean, it's not a bad idea. You know, you got this turn your rifle into a spear, a pointy stick, you know. But yeah, highly recommended. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this segment. Hope to be doing some more. I'm hoping the sound is better. Like I said, I've upgraded equipment, a much better camera system. It's a DSLR with you know, fancy microphones and all that stuff. But hopefully this was enjoyable. Like I said, got some fun episodes coming up, and soon to be doing this winter my epic tales of survival. Got some good stories in there, ranging from all over the place. But it was kind of I was telling them at a family function, and they're like, "You need to do that on your YouTube show." They said, you know, throw on the old smoking jacket and give some of these stories. They said they're pretty entertaining. So I was like, yeah, maybe so. But yeah, thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed.